CWPA Remote.
Hi, I'm Ed Hawes, Director of Communications for the Collegiate Water Polo Association. And joining me today is United States Naval Academy Midshipman Justin Chu, who's a member of the men's water polo team at Navy. How are you doing today, Justin?
I'm doing great, Ed. School's just started off for us today. Today's the first day, so excited to get back into it.
Oh, very nice. Why don't you start off giving us a little bit of your background in the sport of water polo, where you're from originally, and how you got to the Naval Academy?
Yeah, so I was born and raised in Chino Hills, California. I started playing water polo when I was a freshman in high school. Just started off with high school water polo, but then started going to club when I started getting more competitive into the program. Played with Racers Aquatics since freshman year of high school as well, and ever since my dream was to play collegiate water polo, and I was able to make it on the team last year, and everything's been smooth sailing ever since.
All right. Obviously, you elected to attend the Naval Academy. What attracted you to Navy, and what's your long-term goal in the Navy? You a lifer, do your 5-year commitment, and then get back out into the working world, or what are you looking to do long-term?
Yes, sir. So I just decided to go to Navy because it was just a different school. I personally really love the regimented life here. I really like my days scheduled for me, very organized, very regiment, in that everything is already set before us. And so I thought that gave my life a lot of organization. And I also just loved it because I got to be a part of something greater than myself. The naval organization has been something that's been renowned across the world, and I just want to be a part of it and be able to serve. I'm sorry, what was the second question?
So what are you looking to do in the Navy? What would your kind of your MO be? What are you looking to do once you finish up your time at the Naval Academy?
Yes, sir. So right now, after I graduate, I am aspiring to become either an information technician officer or an aviator. So those are the two things that I'm trying to shoot for. And it's based on what the Navy needs. So if they need me longer for 5 years, I'm willing to go there. If not, I'm willing to get out as well. So.
All right, understood. You've been doing a video series on coming back to the Naval Academy on YouTube, and if people haven't seen it, I recommend looking you up on YouTube and reviewing those videos. Obviously this is a different era going back to college because of COVID. Coming back to the Naval Academy and dealing with COVID, and obviously the men's season being postponed until potentially the winter. What kind of challenges has that presented to you as an athlete, and then overall as your team as well? What kind of challenges has that presented?
Definitely. It's definitely been really rough just coming back, first off, along with all the corona testing and all the quarantining. And even now during our practices, like there's so many limitations that we have as to what we can do, how much interactions we could have. Luckily, we only had very few guys got tested positive in the very beginning, coming from different parts of the nation. And now it's not as much of a prevalent problem as the coronavirus right now on the team, but it's definitely causing a lot of limitations, whereas in weight rooms, we can only have so many people in the weight room. We always have to have a mask on. Whether it's in the pool, we have to have different rounds of people coming in at different certain times throughout the day. But I think we're dealing with what we have really well, and it's going pretty well for us.
All right. Obviously, playing at Navy, your head coach, Louis Nicolau, is a Navy graduate. Tom Pop, the assistant coach, is a Navy graduate. Both of them are CWPA Hall of Famers, or soon will be for Louis and Tom. What's it like having someone who's been through the process of the Naval Academy, who was a midshipman, who went through all the stuff that you're going through as a midshipman? Has that been a kind of a compliment? Has that helped you along the way, having someone who understands the struggles that being at the Naval Academy and the time commitments you have to put in outside the pool just to meet your military commitment?
It has been so great to have coaches that understand and have been in your shoes, have gone through all the challenges that we've been through, and they've been through it all. And it's just so awesome to have not only graduates, but also like alumni of the water polo program, as well as people that have served their country, leading back into the pool again. Those two guys just really have a really great pass in water polo, great, phenomenal players. They know so much about the sport, and they also know how to deal and balance between water polo and academics here and the rigors of military training that we have at the Naval Academy.
All right. Tell me one thing now that you've been at the Naval Academy that you wish you had known when you signed up to come to Navy and when you joined the water polo team. What is one thing that you wish you had known? If you could go back and tell your younger self, hey, you should know this before you show up, what would that one thing be?
I think the one thing would probably be just the rigorousness and the challenges that you would face right during your plebe year at the very start, right from I-Day. Plebe summer is definitely one of the most challenging years here at the Naval Academy. We have this saying that the Naval Academy career is divided into two parts, plebe summer and everything else. And that's kind of something that I want to show a little bit more in my videos, which is why I kind of wanted to reach out to people and let them know how hard it's going to be plebe year or what it's going to look like. So I wish I knew, had a better grasp of what plebe year was going to look like for me, in terms of how to balance the academics along with all the athletic side, all the difficult trainings that we have to do as plebes or freshmen at the Naval Academy. I definitely want to know that before going in.
All right. Obviously, you finished up the plebe year last year, which is an exciting moment for any midshipman. Could you talk a little bit about the traditions of plebe year and, the traditions of when you finish it up?
Yes, sir. Yeah. So there's just so many practices and traditions that we have here at the Naval Academy. A lot have to do with plebe year. Throughout the entire plebe year, we have to be running in the hallways. There's no walking. We have to address everyone, all our upperclassmen as sir and ma'am. We have to wake up earlier in the morning and greet every single one of our upperclassmen, telling them all our menus. But the most special thing about plebe year is how we end. It all ends with the climbing of the Herndon Monument. And we weren't able to do that quite yet because of the coronavirus last year, but we were able to finish it off with another event called Sea Trials. That's just another event where it's an entire day starting from really early in the morning, around 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and it doesn't finish up until really late in the evening. And it's just a full entire day of different military trainings. Unfortunately, we were at home, but we were able to do it virtually from our houses. So
Okay.
It was still a really rewarding event.
Yeah, I know the Herndon Monument. If I remember correctly, they grease it up, and you have to change out the hat on top of the statue. And obviously they also paint it up during football season, depending on who they're playing from week to week. Final question. What do you expect for the water polo team this year? Obviously, you guys are probably a prohibitive favorite, or at least one of the favorites to win the Mid-Atlantic Water Polo Conference. So what do you see in the pool, and what do you expect from your team this year?
Yes, sir. Even in light of so many things that have been changing throughout the athletic realm, inside just the world in general, the water polo team has stayed the same in what we're trying to shoot for, how we're training. Nothing has changed, whether it's in the pool, whether it was after coronavirus or before. Everything stayed the same. We're still training as if we're playing a game next weekend. We're still training and working out as if we were still in season. Obviously, we're got very limited game times. Our games got pushed back maybe to January, and hopefully just being able to play games in February. But we're still training and doing the exact same things that we would as if we were in season, playing games, practicing hard. And that's something that I grew to love about Navy water polo, is how even though the outside world is changing so much, all the guys, we still have the same mentality of the willing mentality and the warrior mentality that we're going to keep on working hard to get to the goals that we want when January comes by.
Sounds great. Justin, thank you for doing this, and don't give up the ship.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Thanks. All right. Thank you very much.